What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So, a player by the name of Juan Rodriguez actually sent me a pretty sick replay on my Gmail, which you can actually find in the description of my channel, whatever. So if you want to send me some sick-ass replays. And basically, he was playing Mathmech against his opponent, playing Splight, and he managed to kind of make that deck look like a garbage deck without even requiring hand traps or board breaking cards. So before we get into this, first of all, huge shoutouts to Juan Rodriguez for sending me this sick-ass replay and very nicely played. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe, check me out on Twitch and Instagram, and now let's jump right into it. So, of course, he's going to be losing the rock, paper, scissors, going to be going second against literally the Splight player drawing the best hand possible. So Doofrog, Splight Jet with 3 different hand traps. It doesn't get any better than that. Veiler, Ogre, Ash. Like, it's so good. How can you lose? And the Mathmech player, Juan, apparently, I think, doesn't have a single freaking board-breaking card or whatever. Just a good hand of Cyber's cards, but nothing too unfair. So the Splight player will be able to, fully combo off and make a lot of negates just with its engine. So Splight Jet, search the Splight starters, and then special summon the Splight Blue. So the sequencing wasn't, on point, but it still ends up being the same. And then go for Gigantic Splight, special summon Swap Frog, send Ronin Toadin, make Splight Elf revive back the Swap Frog. And he's going to be sending the Ronin Toadin now, sorry, so Swap Frog because the Ronin Toadin was already there. And now revive back, make Toad, and pass turn. Now the the Toad is going to be summoning the third Swap Frog from the deck, if I remember. Yes, because the Dupe Frog was already used in the combo because it was a hard drawn, it was the normal summon. And people only typically play one in Ronin Toadin and one Dupe Frog, so that was the final frog monster to summon. Therefore, the Swap Frog can't really foolish for anything. And on top of that, he doesn't have the dupe lock, so his opponent can technically jump over the Toad. Now, the Splight player is going to be doing misplay number 1, and this is the theme of this video. Even if you have negates, a lot of negates, that doesn't necessarily mean that you win, because if you use them completely incorrectly, you might completely blow the game and give it to your opponent. So he's going to go Splight Elf, revive back the Dupe Frog on standby, which is completely incorrect because the Splight Elf can actually revive back the Toad, a rank or link to, I think, monster from her graveyard if your opponent controls a monster. So yeah, using this, wasting it on a Dupe Frog, that is just not how you do it. So that is definitely going from 6 negates to 5 negates because now he only has, he has Toad, Splight Red, and 3 hand traps, which is still a lot, but he could have had a double Toad negate, so that would have been 6 negates. But yeah, whatever. Now the Mathmech player is going to start off with the Circular, and that's actually going to be met by Splight Red and not Toad, so that was a misclick. And he's going to kind of lie. He says red destroy cards too, which is completely incorrect because it only negates and destroys if you send an Xyz monster. Otherwise, all it does is negate. So yeah, the Circular technically shouldn't have hit the graveyard. It's not going to change much, but it is what it is. And now, yeah, he's going to say Mathmech Circular destroy, please. So yeah, please read your cards, by the way, when you play on Dueling Book, because people are going to try to pull some slick-ass moves like that, but it's not going to change anything because our Mathmech player is freaking cracked, bro. So yeah, now he's going to go Sigma Effect, special summon from hand, and again, this Splight player is going to be super trigger happy, Toad negate, completely incorrect. And now he's going to go normal summon Diameter, try to revive back a monster, and that's going to be met by Effect Veiler, which is all good in the hood, because now I feel like with 4 cards, 4 cards total, you might actually be able to push through Ogre and Ash if these hand traps are played completely incorrectly. Now, if the sequencing is good, you might actually still lose, because the Toad is still there, the Splight Red is still there. It's actually a little oppressive. So he's going to go Link Disciple, summon Parallel Exceed. Now, if you're actually really good at the game, what you do is you understand that it is better to Ash the Parallel Exceed rather than to Ogre it. And the reason for that is because if you Ash it, then your Ogre can be kept on Link Devotee, and that card is very similar to Ningirsu, the Link 3 World Chalice monster, because it has a mandatory effect on summon, which is actually negative because it locks you off of not being able to summon Link 3 or higher monsters for the rest of the turn. So that's the reason why Ghost Ogre is actually really good against Cyber's decks when they go for Link Devotee, but unfortunately for this Splight player, he's going to Ogre that, which is completely wrong. So now he summons the other Parallel Exceed, and now the Link Devotee can fully, pop off. and he's going to actually, speaking of the devil, summon it right now. Use the effect, obviously, because you have to. It's a mandatory effect. It's just that when you play in real life, people are obviously never gonna say it. They're never gonna go Ningirsu effect to draw cards for no reason, just to get ogred when they have 0 cards co-linked. And same thing with Link Devotee. People are never gonna say, by the way, activate effect. So obviously, if you know your rulings, if you know, well, rather card effects, if you can read, yeah, I know Yu-Gi-Oh! Players and read should never be in the same sentence. But yeah, if you can read cards and know every single card by heart, which is too much to ask, yeah, you should be able to know that. Anyways, now this is going to be insane, so you can also draw 1, put back 1, trigger Link Devotee. I don't know why he's randomly triggering the effect of Splight Elf for absolutely 0 freaking reason, because that was already used on standby to revive back the Doofrog. So cheat number 2 from the Splight player. So Splight Red, negate and destroy, and then revive back twice with yeah, completely incorrect. But yeah, anyways, he's going to now summon his 2 tokens, and he's going to be making, I think, Cyber's Wicked, and then go for Link Spider, trigger the Cyber's Wicked, try to search for a monster that's actually not going to be met by Ash, or it will. Kind of wag, because I felt like the thumbs up was given. Maybe it was from this player. I don't know. I actually kind of already forgot. I have short-term memory loss. Anyways, Code Talker, Microcoder, is going to be used from the hand in order to go for the Code Talker Inverted, which can search a Code Talker spell or trap from the deck to the hand. And this one, sorry, Signet. And this card is so freaking broken. So it's an Omni Negate that negates and banish, and your opponent cannot activate cards or effect of the card with the same name as that card that was banished until the end of the next turn. So this is so ridiculously good against Toad, because it will also not recycle back from the graveyard. So this is like, it doesn't get any better than that. And he has Super Factorial that was hard drawn. So I want to see this Mathmech player honestly play to like absolute perfection. I'm really impressed. So he's going to set 2 cards and pass turn there, and this is where I want to say the 10 billion IQ actually comes in clutch. So it looks like he's still in a really bad position, because the Splight player has so much of a setup here. So Splight Elf, Gigantic Splight, Toad, Splight Red, and a Doofrog that he was absolutely not entitled to have on the field at all. And he's gonna go, I think, draw phase or standby, activate Super Factorial, try to revive back 3 Mathmech monsters from the grave, which would summon the Laplacian, a very dangerous card. So yeah, he targets everything. Dia, Nab, Cirque, Xyz, whatever. It is what it is. And now he's gonna go Toad Negate, and he's gonna go Signet Conflict Negate. So negate and banish, pretty insane. And now he's going to be reviving back everything and go for the Laplacian, which is actually pretty freaking sick. So that would be technically the correct play to do here would be Chainlink 1 Laplacian, Chainlink 2 Cyber's Wicked, because you obviously don't want the effect, like the broken Trishula-esque effect, to get negated. But I think he's gonna actually say he's gonna use the effect the other way around. So yeah, detach 2 materials, send card to hand, whatever cost. Yeah, okay, just call your chain. Yeah, Wake Chainlink 1, Lab Chainlink 2. Yeah, that's kind of like bad, because then you can get negated by Splight Red. But thankfully, the Laplacian actually gains an Omni Negate from the Diameter, which is this card right here. So having the Diameter underneath as a material is actually broken. But that still doesn't change the fact that the correct move would have been to Chain Block Laplacian in Chainlink 1 with Cyber's Wicked in Chainlink 2, so he couldn't even use the Splight Red, and therefore you would be able to keep your Omni Negate for something else that would have just been infinitely better. So now he's just sending the Splight Elf, and this obviously only triggers during the main phase, so if you send this on draw phase or standby, you cannot revive it back at all. So yeah, now he's basically going to be left with absolutely nothing. I mean, Ronin Toad, sure, but like, bro, it's not enough. So yeah, it doesn't have that many options, and he's still also going to be searching with the Cyber's Wicked, so getting the Diameter from the hand. Again, friendly reminder that the freaking Circular should have been in his hand, but again, whatever, it is what it is. That should have never happened. And yeah, revive back the Ronin Toadin. And now he can kind of play. He can go for Gigantic Splight into Splight Elf, etc. So he's going to go for Splight Elf and then revive back, I think, Swafrog. Or, no, actually, it would have been better to, summon back Slight Jet or Slight Blue. doesn't change that much. And now the Splight player, Mathmat player is completely out of negates. So you're gonna get the Splight starter. I think we can fast forward here because there's nothing that can be interacted with. And gonna search a lot of cards. Carrot doesn't really do anything here. And then go for Gigantic Splight. This, I want to say this is the big issue that I personally have with the Splight deck. It summons a lot of monsters that are really low attack. So when you gotta get rid of these kind of monsters that are just big boys, it becomes a little annoying. So yeah, he's going to, I think, use the effect of Onimaru Soul Sweeper. This is kind of like a Farfa, but until the end of the opponent's next end phase. So kind of a little better. And yeah, I don't know. This card's not too great, to be honest, but whatever. So now he's also going to be able to draw one card because of the Cap Shell. That's going to be Splight Smashers, which is an interruption. Ridiculously good. And for some reason, I don't know if I'm missing something, but he's attacking over Cyrus Wicked, even though he could attack over Code Talker Inverted, which would die. So I don't know why he's just not really doing it. Maybe I'm missing something, because it says this Link Summon card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Cyrus monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by card effects, but they can still be destroyed by battles. So maybe I'm missing something, but I think this Code Talker Inverted should die. So yeah. And yeah, start of main phase, that is not a thing, by the way. You cannot do that. So yeah, you have turn player priority. You can't just go main phase, immediately use the effect. So you can do anything. Yeah, normal summon Diameter, try to revive back something. Now you can actually chain the Splight Elf if you really want to. But the good news is that even if your opponent summons back the Splight Red, at least you would have already used the effect of Diameter, so you're fine. Besides, he summons back Doofrog, completely incorrect because it's not an interruption. So I don't know why the hell he's not even trying to go for negates, wasting his negates, but oh my god. Anyways, yo, the freaking Cyrus Wicked coming in clutch again because you can chain block. So yeah, you can technically go Chainlink 1 and then Chainlink 2, or the other way around. Really depends on what kind of effect you want to use the most. But yeah, in this situation, I think you really want to resolve the Alambertian. I could be wrong. But yeah, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Jesus, a lot of... yeah, okay, fair enough. Gonna use the Splight Smashers here. It's actually a really good card because it can banish cards, but the Diameter was used underneath, so if he wants to, he can negate it. So yeah, again, another reason to summon Splight Red instead of freaking Doofrog. And now he's, of course, going to be searching again. This is so nice, man. The recursion that you have, the searches that you get, so many options, man. The Mathmech deck is so good in the right hands. And now he's going to go for Subtraction. This is way more than enough at this point. It doesn't matter whether you have freaking... You don't play Final Ligma or whatever. You can technically go for the Access Code OTK here. The world is your oyster. But he's going to go into Nabla, summon Multiplication from the deck, make it level 8, then go for Final Ligma. And then this Final Ligma is going to have 6k attack and can attack twice. And deals double battle damage, which is insanity. So attack once, and that's it. That's all. I think that's going to be the One Punch Man. And I'm not going to show Game 2 and Game 3 because they were a little less interesting. So that's all I will be showing you guys for today. But again, huge shoutouts to Juan for showing me this sick-ass deck replay. And yeah, no, Mathmech is a really good deck. I will be uploading another update on the Mathmech deck very soon. If you guys are interested, let's try to smash this like button and the subscribe button as always. And I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.